As we continued with the research on the project, we wanted to see what others thought and saw about taking things for granted.
We brought in one of our group members' moms to see what she regretted the absolute most in her life.
I would stay all 4 years in college. At the time, I was working full-time and going to school, and I couldn't do both, so I had to leave school. I feel like I missed out on opportunities because I didn't go the full 4 years.
As we heard her answer, we did some research and came up with a problematic conclusion about what people take for granted the most. At the time, Miss Paulson didn't realize how much she would regret not staying the whole 4 years in college. People, especially Americans, are prone to taking an education for granted because they either 1. Do not realize, or 2. Do not care that thousands of people cannot go to school or don't have the opportunities to do so. Current American students have developed a distaste for school and education by viewing it as something they have to go to every weekday instead of viewing it as a privilege. If certain people from first world countries or today's society in America, for example, were put in a position where they weren't able to go to school, they would probably find themselves at a great loss.
Along with schooling and education, one of the most things taken for granted is friends and family. It's easy to look at a family and think that they're going to be there forever. We asked Olivia, a high school student, what kinds of things made her think about losing her family.
One of my friends posted something right after the Florida shooting about how she looks around at all of her friends and she just fears that they could be next. And so when thinking, just a specific instance of like if there were to be a school shooting, if God forbid any of my friends were to be harmed, I don't know what I would do without that, without them.
Olivia had to see other people lose their loved ones to realize that she takes her friends for granted and doesn't want to lose them. People don't realize what they have until it's gone. Olivia brought up the Florida shooting and how many people lost their friends and family. She said that she didn't know what she would do if she were to ever lose her friends, and that statement can be used for a lot of people around the world because people can be easily taken for granted.
The idea that the things people start out with, such as family and technology, is what they're going to end with is common among many people. Mrs. Paulson concluded perfectly that
I have always had an assumption that everything I need is going to be there when and wherever I need it. Miss Paulson, along with many other people, have the mindset that the things that they have, no matter what it is permanent and will always be there. Although thinking that way is more ideal, it causes people to not appreciate and suffer more when they lose what they love. The process of taking things for granted can make people believe that they will get anything they want whenever they want it. It can lead people to constantly looking forward instead of considering how lucky they are to have the things and people that they do. This lets life pass by without us realizing it.
soon enough, there will come a time when the things we thought will always be there will fade. Olivia thought that the friends she made would always be her friends, which wasn't the case.
I took a friendship for granted when somebody slips up along the way. Some stupid thing might just affect it all forever, which is sad.
Olivia had a friend she thought would be there no matter what, but realized that friends could be gone with the blink of an eye due to the smallest thing. This instance shows that everyone should take the relationships they have and cherish them as long as they can. Even what seemed to be the strongest relationship can turn to dust instantly. Olivia expressed that she wished she spent more valuable and memorable time with this person before they stopped talking for good. Only after something is gone does one normally realize what they missed, which isn't how things should be.